Alright, here we are making a vegetable ferment. What do we have here, Linda, in our ferment?
Hey John, we're actually grating a bunch of roots, and we've grated carrots and burdock and sunchokes, and now I'm grating some ginger to put in here, and then we'll be putting some salt in here and mixing it together and fermenting it. It's a root ferment.
That ginger smells good.
It really does. It really adds nice flavor to this. I know Sally Fallon in her Nourishing Traditions book makes the carrot ginger ferment, and then we've added the sunchokes and the burdock.
Let's see, the burdock, all our little ends and nubs here for the rabbits. Waste not, want not, right? There's our sunchokes and our carrots and a little bit of ginger there. All right.
And sometimes when I've harvested wild ginger, I've put that in here too, and it's really good.
And so you're grating it into here, and then you've got this other white crock.
Yep, that's actually a crock pot crock, and the element burnt out, and so we can reuse it for making ferments. It's a perfect thing, and if you don't have one that the element burnt out, a lot of times people can actually find them at thrift shops and stuff, so it's a perfect thing for fermenting.
Ah, cool. Cool. So you have a lid for this too?
Yep, I do. Yep, it's right over here. And I will put it on later, so
okay.
I'm not going to put it on there now.
Alright.
But what I'm going to do now is I'm putting a little bit of the root in here and layering salt. And then I'm actually going to, I like to use my hands. Some people will use a pounder, but it's a little easier to use your hands. And you can see pretty quickly this starts to get really mushy. And what will happen is we'll have enough liquid to cover the vegetable when we're finished.
Yeah, I can hear it squishing around.
Yeah, can you hear that? You can watch.
Wow, and that's just natural juices?
Just natural juice. The salt acts as a drawing agent and pulls it out.
Wow.
Such a great way to prepare these and then have them available all winter long.
Now, sunchokes can make people kind of tooty. And I've heard that fermenting them kind of will eliminate that. Do you believe that?
Well, it definitely can break down some of the starches, and that seems to be part of what is causing some fermentation actually in the gut that can give people some gas. So that makes sense.
All right.
I haven't actually experienced that myself, but
well, we will find out because we're fermenting sunchokes here. So, all right, it looks delicious, smells wonderful with the ginger and all those roots, and we'll have to take a look again. And
yeah, come on back once I've got it all ready to go.
Here we are on phase 2. Can you tell us what's happening here, Linda?
Well, we have our vegetables all grated, and if you remember, we have carrots, sunchokes, burdock, and ginger, and we grated them, and I actually put salt in there. We put about a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of salt in here. I usually salt it until it's a little too salty, and then we mashed it, and you can see the liquid, all the liquid that's here. So we're going to put a plate on top of here.
So that's just the natural liquid?
Yep.
The salt
acts as a drawing agent and pulls that out. Yep.
Okay.
So with some vegetables like carrots and cabbage, you'll get that. So then we have a plate here that fits inside the crock. And we're going to weight it down. So I'm going to push it down. And you want all the liquid to be above the vegetable. And if any of the vegetables floating up, it's a good idea to get it off of there. And pretty much every day or every other day I'll be checking this to make sure there's no floaters there because you don't want them to mold. I'll set that there. And then I always use a gallon jar of water, which weighs about 8 pounds, which is, for this, it's perfect. Let's put it on top of here and leave it there. And then I like to take a big tea towel and cover it And, you know, in the summer especially, you'll get a lot of fruit flies, but even in the winter sometimes when you're fermenting, they'll spontaneously show up. So,
What if you don't have a towel like that?
you could use a cheesecloth. You could use anything. I mean, even a clean bath towel you could use.
Okay.
So anything that'll cover it. It's just a really good idea from my perspective to keep it covered. And then I have a really nice big rubber band here. Put it around. And I like to seal it off pretty well so that, you know, nothing can get in there.
What would get in there?
Fruit flies. That's what I'm concerned about. Because they can actually contaminate it and add bacteria that you don't want in here that could change the flavor, or change the fermentation process. So there we go. So that's all ready to go. And usually I'll leave it at room temperature for a little bit, and then I'll put it in our pantry and let it ferment for anywhere from 5 days up to a couple weeks. It depends on how you like it and how fermented you like it. But the carrots ferment pretty quickly. Carrots are pretty high in sugar, and what's happening is the bacteria are eating the carbohydrates, and so it ferments pretty quickly. And so when the bacteria are eating the sugar, they're producing lactic acid that actually creates a sourness in your fermented vegetables. So enjoy.